Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Uh, so, uh, this is something I've been thinking about doing for a little while now. Is a My Team career, and I'm just gonna use this first round, well, first sort of stream to see how this goes. There's a chance that I bin it off after a couple if it doesn't go as well as I'd hoped. But you know, it's something fun, and I thought I'd share. I at least get to share some of the career mode uh, with people if they are interested in it at all. But I'm going to get going with a My Team career, and it's going to be I don't know, it's going to be interesting. Right, let's see here. We're going to go for My Team, of course, not a driver career. We might do one of those another time. I did try doing one of those in last year's game, but I didn't get very far with it at all. I didn't even finish Formula 2. Just didn't have the time. So we're gonna do. Oh, should I do a full season? You know, as much as I hate Monaco, I will carry on. I will do the full season. We're gonna customize the settings a little bit. Weekend structure. We're gonna go for a full qualifying session, of course, with a 50% race. It's probably the best way to play, I think. Career settings. Meet the press on, yes. Facility management on, and R&D management all on. Awesome. Awesome flags. Strict corner cutting. Off aerials on. Safety car on. Formation lap on. AI difficulty. Now we're going to go up to let's say 100. I think 100 is a good enough level for me. I may turn it down if I find that they're too quick at certain tracks, but I'll try and keep this at least challenging, because sometimes the AI can be very easy. Tempted to turn him off. I'm also tempted to keep him on. I'm gonna keep it on for any BS. But if I make a mistake on my own, drop the car at any point, in a genuine mistake, then I will obviously turn it off. Or not use the flashback, I suppose. We're going to keep it on standard damage at a standard damage rate with hard on the low fuel mode there. Race starts manual and collisions on, of course. The career settings, right? Do I get to start career selected options? Oh wait, we've got to go back. Where am I? Do I have to do that in the main options? Let's go back here a little. Let's hop into the game options. Controls, systems. Well then, I don't know where to change the career options. I'll try going back into here, because perhaps I've missed it. See, it's not. Actual standard is it in expert? Ah, it's in expert. There you go then. So that hasn't changed any of my assists. That's okay. Well, only race line, corners, and what's the other one? Auto gears. Right. So weekend structure once again. We're gonna go full qualifying, long session, 50% race, whatever in time of day, approximate. Uncertainty to home. accuracy of weather forecasts. When set to perfect, the weather forecast will be 100% accurate. And set to approximate, the game will introduce a degree of uncertainty into the... We'll go with perfect, as that keeps the simulation to a reasonable level. Right, meet the press on, yes. Department of Fence Security. Frequency, not security. Keep that off, I guess. On default, I was going to check some decent settings, actually, because I wanted to make it a little harder, because I know that it's very easy for the player to it's very easy for the player to get ahead of the AI in the development race. So I wanted to give the AI a little bit more of an advantage over myself, as of course in previous careers, your team can go from being either the bottom team to one of the top teams in the midfield in the first kind of season, really. So it's very, very important to have a little bit more of a challenge, I suppose, to the game, as it just becomes very easy otherwise, I think. And that's kind of been the crux of a lot of careers. Like I did a career mode in the Williams and F1 2018, and I was, by the end of the first season, I was up there in the top three, fighting for the top three positions and the podiums and even wins in the Williams. And any F1 fan knows that the Williams isn't exactly the best of the cars on the field, of course. Right, so I have been sat here for a little while, just trying to get up the settings I wanted to run for the career. Because I had them down and I didn't remember them. Oh Christ. Right, team claim rate player. Default. Why is this not loading properly? Oh well, I am just trying to sort a little something out here, as there were some settings that I saw another content creator use, and I wanted to use the settings that he had because I thought they were quite balanced in terms of competitiveness compared to the AI of the game. So just bear with me for a moment. Just trying to find my settings so I can pop them on. Right, come on. There we go, right. So I have increased department events, and then it will be resource rate for the player reduced, where for the AI will be increased, and then cache rate will be reduced for the player. Fault frequency will be at standard, and fault types will be high. So technical issues will plague us at certain points, as well as certain events that could benefit us, but could also be something that does hinder us in the long run. But I wanted a harder career in terms of what was actually going on, and yeah, so this is probably the most reduced I'm gonna go, because I think the biggest game changer really is the rate of the resource points and the cache, because like I kept saying, the player has the ability to up themselves a lot quicker than the AI, because the AI only really upgrades certain parts. I'm not sure how different that is from last year's game and the previous games, but with these settings it just makes this such a more customizable experience. And this is turning into a review, so I'm going to carry on with this. So we're going to strict corner cutting, pathfinding rules on, of course, formation lap on, safety car, we're going to keep that on standard. It seems to come out a lot anyway. AI difficulty at 100, flashbacks, you know what, I'm going to turn them off, so I'm not tempted to use them at all. Recrash out, it's what it is, you can't change it in real life, so why not? And that's everything, I think. So, wait, did I put that on unlimited? Oh, right, recovery, no flashbacks here. Oh, I thought it was going to be a limit. Right, so that is my settings there. That's settings confirmed. I don't have the My Team icons, but I might get them later on down the line, maybe. But we're going to start with the selected options into My Teams, and then we're going to
My Team.
Well,
here you'll experience the world of Formula One not only as a driver, but as the owner of a brand new F1 team. First things first, let's create your driver.
Oh, we're going to create my driver, which is something I kind of already have done, but we'll get into it. Oh, it's going to make me make a new one like in 2019, okay. Well, like in last year's game. So we're going to pick our guy. There he is. Locked items. Oh, you can get those guys as well. That's cool. Right, so that's my avatar. Country and region, of course, the United Kingdom, the British flag there. Name. Well, we'll just put my name, I guess. But we'll put a name that does come up on the audio cues there. And you'll see why in a moment, and we'll just pop that as my 3 letters there. Audio name, you'll see that Bennett pops up on here, and I like that name, so we're going to stick with it. And my driver number, of course, is the number 97. Number I've been using for a long while now.
And now let's focus on your driver's look.
Clothing and emotes. So I've already made my suit, so I'm going to have to do this all again. It's a shame because my helmet I spent a while working on. I can't remember which one I'm using now. I believe it is this one. I'm currently using. That one could look nice. Let's have a little play around with that. Oh, I don't like that silver. No, that's gross. We'll stick with this. This is the one we've been running so far from multiplayer. I'll try and get back to the colours. What was it I had? I think I had like a dark red on there, higher saturation than that, and then this was a very deep purple. No, was that the deep purple? No, this was the red, actually. The very deep red. And then I think the purple must have been here. That saturation. And then this came into a blue. With, what was this? Was this white or was it black? Oh, I can't remember my helmet design now. Brilliant. I think it might have been pink actually, now that I think about it. Oh, I forgot to say hi, Sonic. Thanks for tuning in, mate. It isn't here. Amazing. Busy man, busy man. There we go, that is my helmet for the moment. I'm going to stick with that. I may change it up at some point later on down the line. The race suit, that is all locked in and ready to go, so I'm just going to get that sorted out. Swap. 34 and then 149 and then this is white, and then for the gloves it was these gloves, and we changed the colour. There's a bit of an invert on the colour scheme, but saturation is 0 with that sort of grey colour there with the same yellow. There we go, awesome. Alright, that's that locked in. Character pose. This one sucks. I'm gonna go with that one. Podium emotes. I don't know which one I've been running. Did I run that one? No, that one's rubbish. We'll just stick with the one we got. I don't like these, but we'll just stick with the standard.
Great.
Right.
Now let's set up some of the key details of your new team.
Details. So this will be.
We'll start with an easy one.
And
What name would you like to give the team?
Oh, well, that is the easy one. So we're gonna go for Bennett Motorsport.
Nice. Now, some kind of income stream is critical, so we need to sign a primary sponsor.
A primary sponsor, eh? Something I'm not thought about yet.
Our primary sponsor will pay a sign-in bonus to the team up front. This is vital to cover the early investments we need to make. They'll also provide valuable weekly income for us. Each sponsor has a goal they want the team to achieve. If we hit that goal, the sponsor will pay us an additional goal bonus.
Right, so we're going to probably be the back of the field for the first few seasons, so we're going to want to go for something fairly easy that's going to get us a decent amount of money. Increase the team of players. So complete a full season. I mean, that is pretty easy. That finish 10th or better. 2 points finishes during the season. I reckon we could do that. 8 for better in the constructors. 5 constructors championship points of the season. 25 as a team. Achieve 5 points finishes during the season. I think I'm going to go for Echo. 2 points finishes during the season. It's fairly easy. Or, I don't know. I think 5 Constructors Championship points could be easy. Because, you know, if I get one decent result, then that's going to bump it up. So
fantastic. Now we've got a budget to work with.
Peru.
Our car won't be going anywhere fast without a power unit. So let's sign a power unit supplier now. We need both performance and durability from our power unit, but we also need to balance the books. We're going to have a lot of other areas to invest our cash into.
And because of that, I'm going to go with the Renault power unit. No choice, really.
We almost have all the key partners for our team now, but we still need a teammate for you. These are the drivers available to be your first teammate. They have all their own strengths and weaknesses, so consider everything when deciding who to hire. Drivers earn acclaim based on their performances. When a driver earns enough acclaim, they will level up. The higher a driver's level, the more acclaim they will earn for their current team. And remember, the faster the team levels up, the faster our income will increase. The higher a driver's experience, the more resource points are earned to spend on vehicle upgrades. Racecraft is the driver's skill to effectively complete overtakes when opportunities arise. Awareness shows the driver's ability to avoid errors and incidents. Pace describes the driver's ability to set competitive lap times. Focus represents the driver's current form and state of mind. Rating is a summary of the driver's overall skill level.
There you go. Giuliano Alessi there, teammate from last season. Jack Aitken. Oh, there's some good choices here. These are the more expensive of the three. I'm not sure. I'm tempted by one of these three guys, to be honest. You know, I think I'm going to go for Louis Delatraz as my teammate. I think he's got some decent stats there on there, and for one of the lower paying drivers, I think he's just a better choice in terms of money and ability.
Looks like we can afford this power unit supplier and teammate. Go ahead and confirm if you're happy. Let's create the livery we'll be running this season.
The livery.
We can add more sponsors to the car as we sign them throughout the year.
No,
and don't worry, we can edit our look at any time from HQ.
Well, the particular livery's not going to change, but I'll show you some options here. I have a livery nailed down. I haven't seen any other liveries that really speak to me in terms of look. Wish I could just pick liveries rather than making different profiles, but hey ho. Right. That's that part. And we go with that, and that. That will be our season 1 livery. We won't have to change too much in terms of sponsors there, so that's fine. Then layer personal sticker. What else do I have? We'll just go for that one for now. I do want the rainbow run that is on there, so we'll get that at some point.
Last but not least, we need to consider our brand, our badge, and team colours.
Branding. Well, that's. Oh, really? It's going to let me change that to... Oh, but we don't want any backgrounds, so we'll turn the background off, because we're just going to have the B here. The B. And change the colours. I think this was the... Was it the grey? No, it was the yellow, wasn't it? On my original there. Hello, welcome to the stream, guys. So we're just going to get the boring parts out of the way. Well, not the boring parts, but you get to see me to create my team. So we have gone with the name Bennett Motorsport. Gonna recreate all the stuff that I'd already created before. It's annoying that you can't change that all over. Alright, there we go. That is the logo. Save and exit. Team colours. Oh, we can bring yellow back into F1. That would be nice. I like that that's separate this year. I like that it's separate from the cars, because in 2020 I believe it was linked to what you picked for your cars and stuff like that. So that's really good. If I'm gonna, not sure. I think we might keep the grey as that, and then the white as a more accented in terms of its appearance on there, because it's going to try and match the race suit and everything else with the rest of the attire. So I think
Great, that's everything we need. You can go back and edit anything we've done so far, and we'll come back here at the start of each season.
Awesome.
Or if you're ready to go, hit advance to head to Team HQ, and we can start our push to the top of Formula One.
Right, so now we're going to go into the interview with Will Buxton. So I'm going to try and be quiet until the interview actually gets underway. So off we go. Thank you guys for tuning in. I won't be too bothered if you don't stay around for the whole of this stream. I know it's going to be a long one. I might clip this down once the stream's over, just so if people wanted to watch it back, they're not going to be sifting through hours of content. But we'll see how we go.
Hello folks, and welcome to this, a very special edition of Paddock Pass. As you can see, there's no pit lane behind me, and as you can hear, no roar of engines, and that's because they've set me free from the F1 paddock to escape here to the countryside and to the headquarters of Formula One's newest team. Now, it's not every day we get to pull back the curtain and look behind the scenes at an F1 team. Rarer still that we get to talk not only to the team owner, but also the team's lead driver.
Goddamn right.
What makes this place extra special is that the owner and lead driver are one and the same person. Now, it's been an interesting 12 months, and we all know a number of the regulation changes which were due to come into effect this year have been delayed until next. Some, though, are still seeing the light of day, amongst them the all-important budget cap, which gives some of the smaller teams a little further down the order, potentially, the opportunity to compete with the bigger teams. Good for them, but great for us as viewers. But what does our new team owner think about these new rules? Do they see them as a challenge, a hurdle that needs to be overcome? Perhaps they see them as an opportunity to disrupt the status quo, a chance to come out swinging and to carve their name into Formula One history. Well, I had the opportunity to ask them these very questions just earlier
Wonder
today.
what's under that cloth.
Here's what they had to say. Well, first of all, thanks so much for inviting us here today. It's been wonderful to see behind the scenes. As you might expect,
it's very
I've got
different
about
from the
a
race
million
suit.
questions, so let's jump straight in. It's been a long time since we last saw a team owner take their own car onto the track, and the sport's changed enormously in the intervening years. How are you going to handle the responsibilities of both managing and driving for a Formula One team?
You know, I'm going to play it cool. Nothing easy is worth doing. I live for challenges like this.
Let's talk about your teammate. Now, it's clear they're excited to have signed with you, but tell me, what is it that you think they bring to the team?
You see what they could do on paper, and I see a lot of potential in them.
So you've obviously been putting a lot of work into the car. I know it's early days, but how do you expect it to feel out there?
Well, these will affect our R&D going forward, so we have to be careful which ones I pick. Gotta go with traction on corners.
Most
and
of the other teams can boast years of experience in Formula One. Where do you see the opportunities to make those vital performance gains you need to put you within reach of the other cars?
fresh pedals, fun solutions other teams haven't seen, and we found some neat ways of reducing drag. I'm gonna go with ERS. I think
Ultimately,
it's gonna be fairly
your success this season is
important.
going to come down to whether you can take positions from the other drivers. What is it about your car that's going to give you that edge in those battles?
Just one race this season. Yeah, that's gonna be important, especially since there is gonna be planned DNFs now. So I'm gonna go with the durability.
And finally,
there.
with so many specialist departments working together here at your headquarters, and with such an important deadline coming up, who's getting that coveted Teacher's Gold Star? Which group do you feel the most proud of right now?
I think we can leave it. We've got a choice. We can either be equal, or we can show a little bit of love to one team over the other. I think I'm going to stay equal, so I've got a nice all-around package. So we're going to go with this chassis comment here.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Been wonderful to get an insight from you, and of course to see around the headquarters. Thank you for today. Really appreciate it, and thank you all at home for watching as well. We'll see you very soon.
He's so happy. Oh dear, I can't wait for the new tracks to be added to the game. It'll make the seasons feel that little bit more complete. So I think that went fairly well. We're going to have a decent all-around car. Balancing acts, yes, is your team's balance, blah 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 blah. Resource management and acclaim, awesome. Right, and here we are onto the UI. So we've got a couple days until the car reveal. Well, a day. Well, yeah, definitely a couple of days to the car reveal.
It's
So we've got
important
some
to use the time
activities.
between races to the fullest extent, and that's where these activities come in. Manage everyone's time as efficiently as possible to
Right, so
maximise
we've
the team's
got-
performance.
Okay, so we've got a lot of these we could do. Let's see. Preseason avatars for the campaign. That's going to bonus the team. Preseason driver press tour. That's the driver. Preseason merchandise sale. Gets a bit of cash, eh? You know what? We'll start that on that day because it doesn't matter either way. I think I'm going to put a bit of money onto the driver there. So a strong teammate will be useful coming into later parts of the season. How many days have we got there? Not enough to do 2. I'm going to go with the aero and chassis focus, I think, on that. Career mailbox, stay informed. Okay, good morning. Some Max. IT department, that's in. That's facility upgrades, awesome.
This
Right.
is where you can view our current facilities and the effects they're having on the business. You can also invest some of our cash into upgrades for these facilities.
So we've got 1.7 mil at the minute. So it's probably not worth upgrading any of this right now, but the chassis department is our strongest set, being a spec one, of course, thanks for that comment from them, for them. R&D, so let's have a look where the R&D is at the minute. So we're third slowest team, I think. Well, not I guess the 9th fastest team there, over Haas and Williams. So we're going to be hot on the heels of the Alfa Romeo teams and Alfa Tauri teams there. So not much in here, but we got a lot in the durability package, it seems. So improved materials in the ICE, improved materials here, and general wear. That's good. That's good. I like that. I like having a reliable car. That's going to see us through. Let's have a look at aero. I could have just tabbed through these. But we're going to have rear ring and outer strakes. That's cool. We've got 1,000 points to spend. I think I'm going to have to spend something on one of these. Perhaps. Well, we've got to think about the first race. So we've got Bahrain coming up. That's round 1. Front downforce, drag reduction. I think I'm going to pop some points into this drag reduction here, because that would be useful. Coming into Bahrain, it's going to be done after Bahrain. No, that's a shame. What if we cancel that then? If it's coming in after Bahrain, we've got to think of Spain coming in. Let's go for the chassis then instead. That's going to come in before Bahrain, so that'll give us a little bit of effect for us. We'll have another 500 resource points. I think we'll save them for now, but it's worth just preparing for those races in advance for the best sort of approach, I suppose. Corporates, we won't unlock any more sponsors until we reach certain levels of acclaim. The standings, of course, there's nothing there, so we're going to advance the time now. Start going through the weeks up to the car reveal. I mean, you've seen the car, but you're going to see it in some cool dynamic angles. With that music being played over the back. If you are watching, let me know what you think of the car. I think it's good for what it is. There's not many liveries in this year's game at the moment. And the ones that are there just haven't spoken to me yet. I like to have a simple design and then maybe change it as the seasons go on later. Although I never finished Season 1 on F1 2020, but I might change that this time. Have we got any more resource points? We've got a few more resource points. I'm not sure it's worth spending too much.
It looks like you've had a meeting request from one of our departments.
Meeting.
As the boss, departments will often reach out to you for advice on how to handle the various ongoings of your team. These events can range from everything from organising charity events to dealing with driver matters. How you decide to handle these will have an impact not only on our resources, but how the press perceives us.
Impacts the press, eh? Alright, so what we got going on?
The personnel department has asked us to deal with this. We have a couple of options here.
Recently.
Take your time. What you decide to do will have consequences.
Get them to focus their development. Level pace. I think pace would be important. I think AR drivers, my teammate in last year didn't really have the same sort of pace with me. I guess I was outperforming the car, and they were performing at the car the level was, or perhaps the difficulty was just too low for me. I suppose, I don't know. Right, let's advance again. I want to get into this race.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Right. So we've got a few more R&D points, so it would be a waste not to put anything on them. Let's go for something on the powertrain here, I think. Unavailable, that's a shame. Ignition system, yeah, let's go for that. That's 25th of April, so before Spain, that'll be good. I do like having a lot of straight line speed in my career mode car. Right, I think I've got to save the rest of those points because we're going to gain some more as the weekend goes on. But we're going to get to the first. Oh, I didn't put practice on. Can I change that from in here? Oh, please, sir, I can change that. Oh, thank Christ. Wait, no, it's not that one. I don't think I put practice on. Is it not in simulation settings, is it? Where is it? Oh, don't tell me I'm going to have to go back and put that on. God damn it. I don't think I put practice on. It's a big oof. That's really annoying. And it's not in here either, so it'll be under race weekend settings and it won't. I don't know if I can change it. Let me get back out to the main menu to see if I can change this. I don't remember if I put practice on. I might have, I might not have. Normally it changes with the thing. I'm not used to doing practice, I suppose. I've been doing too many multiplayer races. So how do I change anything on this? That's just going to take me into it, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I'm really going to have to restart this. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, it's really annoying. Well, look, we'll check. We'll check if I did put it on or not. We'll go to race weekend. If it doesn't come up with practice, then I'll have to... Okay, it is. Practice is on. I don't know what I was worrying about. I think practice just comes on if you do it anyway, so... Alright. Well, I do have a setup for here, but I don't know how good it's going to be. But it's alright. I'm just going to try and push the car where I can.
Hey, welcome to the team. Good to finally meet you. I'm Max. I'm the head of R&D.
How has he just met me?
I've been following your career closely, and I have to say, I'm a huge fan. I think we're going to get on great. This is your machine. From here, you can track your performance, look into R&D upgrades, and much more. Let me know if you run into any problems.
Right then. Tutorials available. Weekend preview. Awesome. Awesome. Rivalries. Do we not get to pick one yet? No. Okay. That's all of that. That's all of that. Right then. Oh wow. Look. Oh, you can change them from in here, eh? Didn't realise that. That's cool. Actually, full qualifying. That's awesome. Oh, I didn't know you could do that from in there. Great. Alright then, so let's go practice. We won't go through the full practice. It'll just be running through the practice programs that I want to do just to get the resource points that I need. Watch this little cutscene. Normally they speak sometimes, but they don't. They didn't on last year's game, so I don't expect them to on this year's game. Good old Crofty and Andy Davison. Is that Seb? Yeah, that's Seb. And the Aston Martin there. I do like the look of that car.
Morning, boss. Jeff here. Thanks again for bringing me on board. You've found a lot of talented people for this team. I can't wait to see what we can accomplish. Our journey to the Constructors' Championship starts here today, and the car is ready to head out whenever you are.
Talented fucking people. Shut up, Jeff. You're the least talented member of this team. Goddamn fool. Oh, I'm so mean to Jeff, but I don't care. Oh, this is different. Okay. So it gives development boosts. Okay, I like this. This is a lot more simplified. I mean, I never did the fuel management or RS management on the last game, but alright. Let's just get out there and see what we can do. If I'm... Oh, no, cancel. Actually, we've not had a look. And plus, I was going to get a drink. So I'll be back in a moment, but we're going to get some practice programs under our belt any moment now. Right, I am back, sorry about that. Right, let's get out there and do a practice program, shall we? Well, we'll get the setup ready first. Let's have a cheeky little look at it. It still does need some adjusting, I think, but we'll get there. So just ensure that we've loaded that. There's a list, what's this? Oh. Alright, track acclimatization, let's get out there. No, we're going to drive out, because the times are a bit more realistic, aren't they?
Okay, the track is green right now, so take a few laps to get the tyres up to temperature. Try and feel your way around.
Okay, Jeff. Lost the rear a little bit there. Oh, here we go then. Start for the driver track acclimatization. That's it. Oh, this looks fancy, doesn't it?
DRS zone is coming up. Get ready to open it. Distance is on your MFD.
Keep losing the rear end a little bit there. I'll have to make a few changes. But oh, look at that, fully purple.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through the numbers.
Too easy. On 30.8. Not great lap time. Oh, bloody hell, look where I was going there. 8/10 off of Perez. About where it should be, probably. Car does feel a little squirmy through some of these corners. Of course, it's not as like they are on each.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Change the white to black. Oh, I might do that. We validated the lap there, but I'm coming into the pits anyway. I'll look at where it's going. Must admit, it is very blinding when the light reflects on the white halo there. That's why it's a morning race round bar end, so we should be okay. Cool, right, that's done. It was the racing line for an entire lap. What the hell? It's a weird thing, but okay. I'm gonna skip to practice 2 because I want to do race strategy during the session that's a bit closer to the race conditions. Getting a few points there.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top 3.
Where are we then?
Who are Verstappen, Bottas and Lewis Hamilton.
Right at the bottom.
And if today's practice is anything to go by, we're in for an exceptional weekend of Formula 1.
Verstappen topping it. Lewis Hamilton came P3. Carlos Sainz putting in a good performance there. My plan is during the race to try and catch a little bit of the action that I'm not taking part in, but that will be entirely down to if I catch anything that goes on. But it will mostly be DNFs, if anything. Right. So let's go out and do some race strategy now. We're going on the soft tyres. Okay. Could we do it on the mediums? Or the reserved? Sure, I'll do race strategy on them then. I didn't mean to do a flying lap. Oh well. I normally like to drive out, but it's okay. It just means that the AI time's a little bit more realistic when you drive out.
Give us some consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into the race strategy.
Yeah, alright, Jeff. I'm surprised my voice is in a good a state as it is after yesterday. It was quite the race that I was commentating on. Looking like Tier 2 is going to be a great season. It's a bit of a shit line through that. Focus.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
somehow surviving that curve there. Very lethal in this CS game. Looking up that rear brake a lot there. I think it's because I'm braking a little bit too late.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused. Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
Just managed to stop any damage there. There's a orange car over there. Validated that corner cutting, that's all. I'm getting back on the track. Yeah, you can see just how lethal that curve is in this year's game. You're going to have to do something a bit about that tyre wear, I think. I mean, I know the softs don't last long around here anyway, so...
That lap was no good. We need you to improve on that.
Braking there. Not a great exit there. Much better lap there. No
Okay,
spins.
test complete, and that was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
Bring her back to the pits now. The tyre wear not
There's
great.
only one lap of fuel remaining.
That's to be expected from Bahrain. The softs are very, very fragile, let's say. And the good thing is I'm not going to be starting in the top 10. Most likely, I probably will struggle to get out of Q1 with the car I have right now. But
fuel is marginal. Box within 2 laps.
It means that starting on the mediums will be an option, so we can just chuck in some good times and on the soft tyres and enjoy qualifying and save those mediums for later on in the weekend.
Come in this lap, please. Box this lap. When driving with the pit assist disabled, you'll need to be mindful of your speed when entering the pit lane. If you hit the limiter line too fast, you'll pick up a penalty. Watch the on-screen prompts that show your target speed and distance to the limiter line. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Crikey. Right, just one more practice program to go, and then we can move on to a bit more of an exciting part, which is qualifying. So let's just jump into the qualifying pace. Make sure we drive out this time.
Engine fired. We're set.
So I can manage the tyre wear before the lap. I didn't change my fuel. I don't think you can actually. No, you can't. Yeah. Oh. Hey. Flabbergasted me there. So that I could change fuel mix and it's like I'm just gonna have to look after these tyres for our lap here so we can get a decent lap on them. Sometimes the qualifying pace laps are a bit unachievable. 28.0. I think it's possible with hot lap deployment. I have to put in a blinding lap, but I'm not going to worry too much about getting it purple. I'm just going to do what I can for now. Let's push it.
program complete. Good work. Head on back to the garage and we'll start going over the data.
I feel like that was a fast lap. I feel like I nailed that. I'm sure I'll be pushed all the way back down to the bottom by the time we skip forward to the next session.
Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them. Box this lap, please. Box this lap.
Oh, complete the challenge. Cool, so XP for me.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining.
Oh. Alright, well that's practice done. We're going to go into qualifying now. Excited, first qualifying session of the new game. In career mode, of course. I had quite a strong one in last year's career mode. I think I finished 14th in Australia, which at the time wasn't one of my strongest tracks, but I've sort of grown to love it over last year's game cycle, and it's a shame we won't be seeing it in this year's season. It is definitely a well-loved race out there, and it'd be sad for Danny Rick, of course, who won't get his home race this year, but that's the nature of the world and sport at the moment. How do you simulate it then this year, or can you not? Do you just have to skip to it? I might just skip to qualify. No. Don't see an option to simulate. That is a shame. I was going to simulate the session there, but ah well, sod it. Let's skip straight to qualify. I don't do practice free anyway. I don't gain anything from it, so. Will we level up? Yeah, we will. Gonna unlock that livery, which I probably won't use. Getting ever so closer to that rainbow halo sticker there.
And with all the cars now over the line, let's see our top three again. Bottas, Norris, and Max Verstappen.
Oh,
what an incredible practice session. The fun doesn't stop here, though.
Well,
join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
He's like 9/10 off of me, but that's okay. I might have to turn it up to 105 AI, perhaps. I'll see how we go in qualifying. But yeah, that's practice over, so we're going to skip ahead. Awesome. Right then. Big boost in acclaim. Gonna get in for qualifying now. we go then qualifying at Bahrain. It's going to be a struggle to get out of Q2, get into Q2, I think. But we're going to give it our best shot. There I am. Current helmet at the minute. Debating on changing it up a bit, but for now it will do. I'm going to keep the setup the way it is. We're going to get out there early. Put in a lap on the soft tyres there. Just get out there and enjoy it. Oh, I should probably change my fuel. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Let's go 3. Nah, 2.7. You can't really change the fuel mix anyway, can you? So it's going around with standard should leave me enough. You know, I'll monitor it. I'll put it on 3.3 and I'll monitor it as we go through the session.
All personnel be aware. Car leaving.
Oh no, they're behind Kimi Raikkonen. So we can, okay. But I want to nurse these tyres as much as I can. The wear on the softs is ridiculous, so if I can nurse them as we go around, I can get a good lap in. But I'm not all too bothered if I don't make it into Q2. It would be nice, but it wouldn't be that big a deal. On the curb there, you don't want to touch the turn 12 curb. It's always spat you out when you get too high on it. Right, let's go. Let's push it. Let's see what the lap time's going to be. Slow me down. We don't want to push it too much on that curb because it's going to spat me out. First up, see what it is. 28-0. Probably about where we should be in terms of pace. Mercedes goes up to behind me. There might be a lap, so they're fighting for position there. I'm gonna just get out of the way. This tyre wear like pretty good.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Might run out on these tyres again. Teammates down there behind me. In a way, it's good that there's a colour available again. But I do miss that yellow and black Renault car. I don't know, I just really loved that livery last year. Really clicked with it. So I've tried to put it into this year's career mode car. I did have yellow in last year's, but the livery was a lot different actually. It was blue and black. It's quite a nice livery.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Oh, there's my teammate for his lap. His old Mazda Spin and P11. Oh. I hope you're enjoying thus far. It's not the all-out action of the standard race that we have over on the APPF1 community, but you know, it's just something I'm going to enjoy and something I wanted to share, I guess. And if people want to watch it, they can watch it. If they don't want to watch it, that's fine. I'm gonna watch my teammate wherever he is. Where is he? There he is. There's Louis Delatraz out on a lap right now. God, this game looks so good, doesn't it? We did a chance to he's on a fairly decent lap here. So to come into the final corner, you can carry a lot of speed through there, and if you can get on the power early, you can really get a good run down toward the start-finish straight there. Oh, but he's coming in the pit. Okay, so he's already set his lap time there. So he's sat in 19th. Where are we sat right now? Oh, so he's beaten our lap time. He's put in a 127.8, so he's 2 tenths faster than us. This is okay. This is about where I'd expect it to be. This is about where I should be for the car that I'm in, so everything's okay. We're going to come out on the fresh tyres, so I don't think we're going to make it through Q1. We need to finish outside of the bottom 6 here. So we need to finish P16 is the route into Q2 there. And I've got to try and beat Mick Schumacher's 127.7. It's doable. It's doable. I've got to put in a good lap, but I'm not going to be too fussed if I don't get in. So we're just going to wait around a little bit longer. Just going to watch a few more runs of some other drivers. There's Valtteri coming into the pits. Charles Leclerc, he's coming in as well. Unless there's no drivers out thus far, then no one out on the track. Wonderful. I was going to show you something. We're going to have a look at the weather. Waiting for the race. Wow, dry. Who'da thunk it? Here in Bahrain. Who'da thunk it? Yeah, that 126 looking very far away in this car at the moment, but I think we can get up there. We can maybe get ourselves into P17, 18, 16 is what we're aiming for. But if we don't get it, we don't get it. That's the way it is. So one of the reason I'm waiting, I could make this stream that ever little bit shorter, but the reason I'm waiting is I'm not sure if on this year's game the AI's lap times are equal to what they should be. And then what I mean by that is when you accelerate the time, sometimes it just goes to the default in terms of like how fast each team is. So like let's say Mercedes is the fastest team, so they're always going to be sat in P1 and P2 when you're accelerating time during a session, and it's going to go along the grid. That's why in previous games when you've accelerated time, that the grid hasn't looked any different when you'll say in season 3 and Mercedes is now the slowest car and Haas is the fastest car, let's say, and then somehow despite Haas being the fastest car, the Mercedes has put it up in those, you know, on the front row or on the second row or somewhere at the front where they shouldn't be in terms of what the game has dictated their car to be in, if that makes any sense. So that's just the reason why I'm sitting here waiting. Plus, I'm not sure I want to be the last out, but I don't want to be caught in. Shouldn't be too much traffic actually. I'd say of the drivers that are going to come out, the AI that are going to come out, I'd say it's probably Ocon downwards are probably going to come out for another run, perhaps. Like Fernando's untouchable as far as I'm concerned. Maybe Ocon won't even bother. Perhaps it'll just be Raikkonen and Schumacher that come out with the rest of the bottom 6 here. Who knows? Oh, Lewis Hamilton is coming out for a lap. Let's ride on board with him, I suppose, as he starts this out lap. Going through that tricky turn 2 and 3 section. Yeah, if you get too much on the power on turn 2, you're going to spin so low to the wall. Same with turn 4, that has caught out many drivers, myself included. This horrible outside curve there, that's going to be a pain in the arse for many drivers going forward in this year's game. So 4 minutes 30 now. No other drivers out on track at the minute, it's just Lewis Hamilton. Coming round for a lap. I won't ride on board with him the whole way around, but I'm just waiting for that timer to go down, padding out for something to do here. Very close to that curve, isn't he? Well, then I think it's about time for me to get out onto the track now, put in a lap. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna run on a lower fuel than I did last time.
Standing by.
Should be okay. Should give us a couple more tenths to push us up a little bit more. It may even push us into Q2, but that's really gonna be mountain to climb here. Coming out just behind the Williams of Latifi. So we might get a distant tow from him, maybe not. Better try and look after these tyres if I can. Which means some of the AI might catch up because they don't bother looking after the tyres on an outlap. They'll just bloody bomb it like some absolute lunatics. So I'm going to get out of their way before they end up taking me out on this outlap here. Yeah, get Tsunoda out of the way. Oh wow, about half the field are coming out for a second run here in Q1. Alright. Gonna let Raikkonen go. Is that Raikkonen? Yeah, that's Raikkonen. Gonna let Russell go as well.
Okay, there's 2 minutes left in this session and we're in the drop zone. We need a quick lap or that's qualifying over for us.
Alright, Jeff, alright. You're gonna get your knickers in a twist, buddy. I'm gonna let my teammate through here. Double chance, there he goes. Oh, this is not the position I wanted to find myself in. Stuck in the traffic here. Gonna have to go now, I think. Let's see if we can improve on this lap here. Distant tow from Pierre Gasly there. Hopefully Giovinazzi doesn't catch up to me.
.30 seconds left in the session.
Alright, we're going to come up down to the line now. Can we improve on this time? Oh, it's 19th. That's not a bad improvement. Are we going to stay 19th? What is that engineer doing? He's holding something invisible there. Doesn't look too right. Oh dear. So we are Valtteri Bottas claiming pole position here. Daniel Ricciardo putting in a good lap. Mercedes going to start on the front row. Checo starting in P6 on a great run from him. The Ferrari's having a decent go. Aston Martin's closing out the top 10 there. This could all shuffle, of course. This won't be the finishing, but that's alright. We take up the 10th row on the grid near my teammates, so that's okay. That's a decent lap, I think. We've got closer to Giovinazzi than I thought I would. Mick Schumacher there, getting himself into Q2. Well done, Mick. Talking to about the drivers as if they're real. No, they're just the AI, but either way. Right, we're going to advance to the race now. I'm going to take the chance to have a cheeky little break, and when we get back, it is the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it.
Okay, perhaps I'm not going to take a break.
It
Claire
looks like
is
you've really been focusing on research and development
we'll
this
take
season.
the break after this. We'll talk to Claire first. Let's have a look at chassis. Chassis really improved through the season. It's fantastic.
Your
now.
qualifying pace didn't put you at the front of the grid. Will this be a problem tomorrow?
Definitely, but what can I do apart from making the best of a bad situation?
Appreciate your time.
Didn't want to affect the chassis morale there. Right, I'm now going to take that cheeky little break. I'll be back in a moment. Right, I am back. When I meant cheeky little break, I definitely meant little. Excited. I think I can, depending on what happens, I can maybe pull out a decent result and start working my way towards that sponsor bonus ASAP. But we will see what happens, won't we?
Tough luck there. It's not quite where we'd want to be on the grid.
Pardon me.
But chin up. It's not the end of the world.
What are you talking about, Jeff? We're at the back of the bloody field, mate. One of the slower cars. Christ. This guy. Messages. Pre-race. No rival yet. Let's have a look. I might put in another little chassis upgrade there. Perhaps. Yeah. I'll chuck in another upgrade on the chassis. Maybe a little something on durability if I can afford it. Definitely can. MGUH. MGUK. Let's go with that MGUH. Use our development chips while we got them. Just gotta get a jump on things. Right, it's time to go racing.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10.
It is tricky.
A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice, and they've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, Daniel Ricciardo, and Norris, Vettel, Leclerc, Sainz, and Lance Stroll, Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Yuki Tsunoda, and Ocon, Mick Schumacher, Raikkonen, George Russell and Antonio Giovinazzi, Bennett, Delatraz, Mazepin and Nicholas Latifi.
Fuck you,
and
Mazepin.
with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Piece of shit. Oh, here we go then. I'm gonna go for... Oh, hello. Ah, look at that. Look, Jeff's on it, mate. For once in his miserable little life, he's actually on it. I'm just gonna put like a teensy little bit. Actually, no, I'm gonna keep a lap up. Oh, I don't trust myself to manage it properly. Fuck it, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna touch it. I can't change it anyway, so I'm not gonna touch it. What is it? There's... no, fuck it, I'm not touching it. Right, that'll be our strategy. We're going to go soft top, medium to hard, so one stop there. So we're going to try and jump a lot of these guys starting on the soft tyres, which I'd imagine a lot of the top 10 will be. We're going to try for a low top 10 finish, but, you know, it's not entirely realistic of an approach, but we'll give it a go. Right, formation lap. Don't know why I do that. Career mode.
Okay, our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap.
I need to quickly just turn down my headset. It's very loud. I can't really hear myself think. Making sure I don't crash into the back of Giovinazzi. The last thing I want is to have to sit on the grid while because I've been disqualified. And I make sure I get some decent warmth into the tyres here. This section's good for warming them up. It kind of naturally warms them up because of the F section. All the corners and the like, so very little work needed to be done here. You want to try not to push yourself too much on a formation lap, because you can really save the tyres a bit, but at the same time you want to make sure they're at an optimal temperature. But in saying that, I'm not the best at either of those two things. Oh dear. What I'm good at is getting a good race start, so I'm going to hope for one of those. Formation lap's going to come to a close now. We're going to line up on our grid slot for race 1, season 1 of my team career mode with Bennett Motorsport. This is going to be a good one. Let's hope at least. Well, you never know. I could just mess everything up off the lap here, spin, or run right into the back of George Russell here, but you never know. Here we go then. Wish me luck. Really good start there, managed to jump Giovinazzi. Ooh, just about missing those guys. Going to sneak up inside the AI here. They're going to give me some room. Like them right up my arse. Comes up with a soft tyre, so fighting him isn't going to be ideal. Gonna maybe look to dive in. Right now it's about trying to get decent track position, not risk too much, although we just dive bomb Raikkonen there. Let's check they haven't got major damage. No, nothing. Let's check in the jet. Who am I racing?
Okay, our main competitors in this race are Russell and Mazepin.
I can assure you, Jeff, that we're going to mess Mazepin up. Just about stopping any major drama there.
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form.
Not have been good to have dropped it there on only lap 2. Speed up, Mazepin, you little shit.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
So the pack up ahead starting to break away a little bit now. My goal is to get it in front of Russell there. But very early on in this race. Very early on indeed. A lot of speed coming up on George Russell. Try that outside manoeuvre once again. Getting a measure of the Williams driver. It's going to have... Oh, it's not going to have DRS. I don't think either of us got it, is it? I definitely didn't have it. See if we can catch Raikkonen as his tyres start to degrade. Getting into a nice flow on this race now. He's going to be struggling a little bit, I think. Oh. Back, not a good time to have an issue back. Oh.
yellow flag.
Oh, yellow flag. Something has happened up ahead. That was a spin for Ocon. Let's see if we can have a look at that. Let's see. I think that's Ocon there. Let's have a look. So, Ocon, looks like he just drops it. Yeah, it's a weird place to drop it, isn't it? What the hell is that? It's like he just put the power down, like put the power right down mid corner, and just it's like he did that on purpose.
Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed. The gap to the car ahead is 2.0 seconds.
Yeah, George Russell chasing us down. We've got to try and keep him behind us if we can. That means going to halt our progress, I think. Or any progress we seek to make on this one-stick strategy. It's not going to be close enough in this run. Just got to try and break away from him now. It's that front left that seems to be wearing a little quicker than everything else. Almost doing what Ocon did there.
Gap to teammate behind is 5.1 seconds.
He's got himself too far ahead, but he will need to stop before we do. Slip on these rear tyres. It might stabilise the rear end. we go, the first of the soft runners in.
Our gap to the car in front is 10.2 seconds.
Jump up into the points. Can we get the Red Bull around the outside? We can. I don't know if we're going to get to stay there though. Slappers moving right on our tail. Going to defend it. Oh, he barges his way in. He's gonna go for it again. He's gonna get past me. I'm not gonna fight this too much. Oh, bit of a
Okay,
mistake
keep on him.
this
He might make a
second
mistake.
there. Oh, you just did, Jeff. You don't watch him, mate. Tyres are shot. Still got a bit of life left in him. I've got Max Verstappen trying to fucking get his way past me. This isn't the outlap he wanted for sure.
You're in the top 10 now.
Oh, he's had
Keep
to
it
come
up.
in again. Damage. I must have given him that. Jump Lewis Hamilton now too. Christian Horner's going to have some choice words for me. I'm sure he'll try and sue me for all the money that the team has. I'll be in Formula 1 much longer if Helmut Marko and Christian Horner sink their teeth in. Hamilton going on the softs, so going for a very aggressive two-stop. The others look like they're going to go for soft, medium, soft. It's not quite the strategy round here. It's just the one stop had something over him, I think. Well, I don't think I know the one stop had something over it. I've done this race a number of times now. I should know. I need to shut up and concentrate because losing time to Russell.
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Driver behind.
Russell behind, less than a second separate you. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 9 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 32.5.
Huge train behind me. An Alpha Tauri leading the race? Oh no.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the hards. We're leading our teammate by 3.7 seconds. Okay, gap ahead is 6.5 seconds. Gap to car in front is 10.6 seconds. In this lap, push now.
It's very gingerly in the car. I don't know why. It might be the harder compounded tyre, but I still feel very confident in the car. Perhaps it's just the car itself. And these tyres are good. I'm going to dive it in, so now there's also coming. We'll just follow this in, so we're going to continue this race after the pit stops.
Go, exit now.
Oh,
we're racing on the exit. Go now.
Motorsport pit crew there. Well done.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Louis is coming in for his stop. The gap to the car ahead is 8.7 seconds. Okay, the gap behind is 1.6 seconds.
Verstappen having an awful race. Into the pits again. Christian Horner is really going to be gunning for me. Even though I did in fact give him damage during my first stint there. Oh, venturing out onto that curb again. A little bit of understeer for that high speed corner.
Our gap to the car in front is 11.4 seconds.
Driver in front.
Raikkonen is ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 11.4 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 7 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:31.4. You're falling back by 1/10 a lap.
Catching, oh, that's Ocon that's catching up. George is miles back. Ocon, of course, spinning in the first 10 laps of this race. Pretty much doing it to himself, actually. My teammate is in last place right now. It doesn't look like he's having the best of times fighting that Alfa Romeo Giovinazzi. Battle for the lead, looks like it's between Lewis Hamilton and Sergio Perez. Or is that a McLaren in the lead? Is that? I'll have to look at the race director. I think that McLaren might be in the lead there. Let's have a look. Lando Norris is leading the Bahrain Grand Prix. Now this is amazing. He has yet to stop as Bottas, Hamilton and Perez have all done their stops, but he is far ahead. Keep going, Lando. I'm not going to fight Ocon too much, it'd be a waste of time, I think. Considering that his team, anyone on the medium tyre ahead of me is going to be coming in soon. I'm not going to let him pass me, but I'm not going to fight him when he does eventually catch up. And go for the move. Strategically irresponsible.
Gap to car in front is 12.2 seconds.
Here we go, then it's our shot to get that overcut. I mean undercut. Is it undercut? Overcut. Undercut. I don't know, whichever one it is. God damn it.
Gap to teammate behind is 12.3 seconds.
Jump them all. P8, I'm going to miss the braking zone, oh my god, I just caught that, I was too busy looking at the minimap. Ocon's going to pass me here. He's going to take that inside line, I'll give him the space. Run around the outside. He's got the position, well done. Daniel Avocado right behind me there. Left the door open for Daniel Avocado to come through, but he's going to go on the curve and I'm going to get the position. I'll keep it for now. DRS to the CC. Bit of contact there, I'll have to check the damage, see if there's any damage on the car. Feels alright, but yeah, we're alright, no damage yet. It's cost us time to Lance Stroll here. Verstappen's made a bit of a recovery. You fucking fuck knuckle.
Okay, we've lost the position. That's us down a place.
Still no damage, but gotta find the attack against the flare. Trying to move around the outside, but I lose the rear end and it's the channel limits there, I have to back off. smart man, I'd use this opportunity to try and pull away a gap. Oh, Max Verstappen's got an engine failure.
Caution, caution.
He retires from the race.
Some information on Verstappen. They are out of the race.
God, miserable race. When he looked like he could come back and get some points, the engine pops out. Nice one, Honda. Thanks for the position. I'll bill you later. Well, I'll send you your money later. Here comes Fernando. In the Colgate car.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres.
Not sure why I tried to defend there. He was coming past me no matter what. Turn my light on in the back straight. It's getting really dark in my room. Very light on. I should be able to keep Raikkonen at bay. as I don't make any major mistakes. I'm not going to push it too hard. P14 will be a good result.
The gap to the car ahead is 3.1 seconds.
We'll check it on my teammate. Thanks for interrupting me, Jeff. Teammate status.
We're leading our teammate by 9.0 seconds. They're on old hards. They're in 19th. The time last lap was a 1 minute 31.7. You're dropping a second a lap to the car behind. 1 second.
I reckon he's on a bit of a charge. Third time we've ventured out on that curve, and the third time we managed to keep the car
5 laps of fuel remaining.
I'm not sure how, I'm not sure what race I'm going to on my side right now, but
Be aware we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
it's like Kelly's gonna get me. I'll do my best to hold him off, but doing stuff like that's not helping me out. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. I didn't even realise he was there for the moment. Oh, here you go, he's going for the move. I'm not going to be able to keep the position. Gonna sweep around. Fucking hell, Raikkonen, what the fuck? Fucking AI, man. I'm not going to pit. It's going to cost me too much. Schumacher's going to get me. Oh, fuck's sake. It's all going so well.
Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep focus.
That's gonna suck.
Okay, there appears to be an issue. We're currently investigating.
Uh-oh. Oh no, come on, there's a lap and a bit left, Jeff. Not now, please. Try and prevent Giovinazzi from coming up.
It's not good news, I'm afraid. Seems like an engine issue.
Oh no, no smoke coming from the back. Oh no, I've got nothing on the downforce. The car just feels like absolute shit. Engine issues, the Mercedes going slow in sector 1. It's all kicking off here. Bottas is out of the race now. Engine issue, I wonder what that is. I'm not seeing any issues on my screen, Jeff. I feel like Perez on the final laps of one of the 2 races at Austria from last year. Broke his fuck wing, but not really held him too much. Checo Perez getting the first win of the season there, well done man. I don't know why I'm talking to him like I know Checo. How's the thing gonna go for the move around the outside? Get on that nasty curve there. I've got nothing to fight these guys with. My teammate's gonna get ahead of me now. George Russell, the man we've been fighting with this whole race. Can we still finish in front of him? For Kimi Räikkönen losing the rear end right in front of me, I'd have probably finished up in the top 15. But
that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Apparently, Jeff said something different to what's displayed on the screen there. Yuki Tsunoda getting driver of the day.
So as they climb out of the car, the Red Bull team are ready and waiting to celebrate a thoroughly well-deserved win. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, they certainly stood out as a drive with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
PC Pod, hello. You joined us right at the end of the stream. Fitting name as well. I seem to have plodded along on those last 2 laps. It is a shame, yeah, but you can go back and watch the race. It wasn't overly eventful, but definitely had its ups and downs. It's only the first race of
So
the
let's
season.
review the updated drivers' standings. Sergio Perez takes the position of points leader in the Drivers' Championship. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Yuki Tsunoda gets my vote today.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship.
Yeah,
Red Bull take over as championship
I'm
leaders.
starting to stream
I'm equal parts exhausted and elated
these
with
races.
this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to
Career
join
mode
us
rise.
for the next one.
Thanks Crofty for talking over. Well, I guess I was talking over him, but yeah, I've only just started streaming these races, but I didn't just stream career mode stuff. I am part of a league that race regularly, APPF1. Check them out on Facebook and YouTube, and they're a community of really good drivers, and also stream well, racing and commentary from there, so it's always really good quality racing, so if you want to check it out, please feel free to. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up the stream there. Quite tired, bit of crick in the neck. Review the highlights, why not? It's the APPF1 league. Check them out on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube, of course. AP Powths being the founder of the league over on YouTube, so go check him out and give him a subscribe and a like on his channel. But I'm sure if you I think I have to invite you to the Facebook group. I don't know. I'll check with the admins if you need an invite, mate. But I'm just gonna run through the race highlights. Oh, this music's different. Hopefully I'm going to try and stream these every Wednesday when I get the chance. Once again, great quality there. I really wanted to see the background of the race track. Oh, lap 8. The Verstappen incident. Right, and there we go then, that is the first race of the season. Over and done with. I'm going to collect all the rewards and, well, not rewards but XP and all that, and get a trophy as well. Let me check in. Oh, durability department event. Oh, exciting. So I really didn't sound that excited about that. I'm very tired. It's midweek. You know how it is. Let's see what they are. What's up with that? He ditched me and managed to get into Red Bull. Wow, treacherous little guy. I went for Delatraz because I thought he was probably the best of the cheaper options out there. So we'll see how he goes. Last year's game I signed what's his name, Luca Giotto. Didn't really match my pace. I never finished season 1 actually. I didn't really play much because I was playing a lot more multiplayer races than last year. But let's have a look. Lucas Faber has contacted us and requested a tour of the durability department. Having Lucas walking around the facility has the potential to be a nice acclaim boost for the team, though of course it's likely to represent a bit of distraction ahead of their internal deadline. What do you think? Less resource points. I think the team acclaim is going to be the first F1 game, so quite new to racing. Well, we've got to start somewhere. I mean, the Codemasters games are incredible games, and you're on wheel as well. Awesome. I've not quite made the upgrade to wheel yet. I've not quite got the room for a wheel, but I can't do that because I've not got the resource points. I'm going to have to decline it then.
I appreciate you taking the time to help out.
I'm currently racing on controller with minimal assists, but I think if you're going to get into F1 games, you started with a really good one there. This year's game is a lot better, I think the car is easier to get a hold of than last year's car, and I think in terms of I think in terms of the way you can want to sort of race in both in if in terms of the way you want to race in both career is very customizable, and the sort of the handling model and the damage model and everything about the sort of cars and the racing in this year's game is much better than the games coming prior to it. So you've made a good choice picking up F1 2020 21 there. It was your first F1 game. I hope you enjoy it, and you will eventually get to a level where you can be challenging for wins amongst some fast guys out there online. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling on now. I'm going to get everything done here. I'm going to get the next race set up. I'm just going to go through my things and maybe get some R&D going. Actually, I can't. I've not got the points, so we'll just get these events set up, and then I'm going to end the stream there. Let's have a look. Let's do some PR filming. Do that again, do we? Find a team event. Yeah, let's attend an esports event, why not? We'll do that. We've got 3 days. That'll help us out. There we go. Oh, there's a little season break there. Well, I'm just going to advance to the season break and then I'll end the stream. Oh, another event.
We've got an issue we'd like your input on.
Oh dear. It's come to our attention that we can invest in a one-off license fee of a new administrative software that for a small cost will decrease the amount of time our durability department spends on admin, boosting the team's productivity. Should we invest? A few extra resource points, doesn't it?
The department wants me to pass on their thanks for helping out.
Right, let's advance even further.
Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
Right then, that's about going to do it. I can't do anything right now. Okay, no, I can do stuff. Right then, that is about going to do it for the stream today. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll try and come back with this next week if I can. depending on whether I get the time or not. It will be the Spanish Grand Prix next. Hopefully the car will be a bit better. I'm going to work on perhaps the setup for before the next time. But I have been Sumo, and I hope you have all enjoyed my first step into career mode on this channel. And I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.